What's good, boys? I can't lie. I was gonna run a one take and then I screwed it so bad, so I'm doing another take. But this is my first YouTube video in literally 8 months. Like, I had no real ambition to post. And then I sort of just didn't want to be a box ticker. I don't want to keep rapping off the dome every single day just to post videos for the sake of posting videos. I just want to do more like this, where if I feel like I have something to say, particularly to the boys that I trade with each night, I just want to come on here, make a video, document my journey a little bit, and just, yeah, this is literally for like the 5 people that I trade with a night. Shout out Funded, Miko, Sancho Ubers, Seb Newton, and the Indian bro Prince Shortery. Absolute goats. The dudes that I first really started trading with in the Discord, and really the people that I met from posting on YouTube at that first grind. Now, why am I making video? This book taught me a lot about learning, and I also just want to update on the journey, because last week took the first payout. Top step dashboard, 420 into the account. Last night, bang it. This week's been really good, I cannot lie. Combine 51.5k, trying to pass that at the moment, and these are the recent trades from the month. Currently undefeated, and I'm still just like, I feel like even though I took a payout, like that's nowhere near the end goal. Hence why I'm making the video talking about this book. Now, what this book says at the end, like literally right at the end, I read the whole book through. It was super boring, and then right at the end it dropped a kind of a dime. Aspiration, success, and failure are the 3 stages of learning, and this goes for trading. This goes for learning any skill, and I think that especially in trading is obviously where I can relate to it, and probably anyone watching this video can relate to it. Aspiration and failure, like the mixture of the two, is what learning is, and that's like the learning the strategy, implementing it, gaining market experience, learning how to use discretion, like all of that. The trial and error is just aspiration mixed with failure. And then the point I want to make now is, like, right now I feel like I am on the brink of switching from that aspiration and failure to aspiration and success, which is such a weird position to be at, because like you spend 1 year, 2 years in that other stage where you're like losing, blowing accounts, and just like you're just sucking it up, and at that stage your aspiration, all it is to keep going. Like, no matter what, your aspiration needs to be way stronger than your failure, like your failures and your emotional attachment to those losses. You just need to be way more ambitious and way more pumped up about learning and continuing to try than those failures, to like let them not knock you down. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how it is. Then at this stage, it's so fucking hard not to think you're the man, not to like let your ego get away on you. And like this book says, the whole thing is about like just like people that let their egos win, like successful people, not successful people. But I feel like right now I'm just trying not to let that ego, like I'm trying to be humble as shit, and I'm almost just like telling myself constantly that I am not that guy. Hence probably why I haven't blown the account so far, is just because I'm just humbling myself 24/7 psychologically. Now, the thing I wanted to say is that all of us, and I'm pretty much just talking to the people that I trade with each night, all of us are on the brink right now of hitting that success. And obviously all of us trade different. Sometimes we catch the same position, sometimes not. Sometimes we have completely different biases in the charts. But all of us are at that stage where we're starting to like switch from failure and learning to a little bit of success and still learning. But realistically, we're probably still closer to fumbling the bag and losing accounts than keeping them and making consistent money on them. The difference between those two stages, especially for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it is ego. And it is coming into the day with no sort of like ego, no sort of confidence, and just letting my shit do its thing on the charts. I coped that shit and did not show you the trade. But this trade last night was literally that. Like, I had high conviction in this. I don't even know if anyone else fucking took this piece. Like, S&T from the internal, invest the 1 minute into the 3 minute break even. I love these trades. Like, I genuinely see probably some of my best trades like this. Just targeting the break even point and letting the trade run. Than most people are always looking for targets first. But if I know a break even point like this is going to hit, like the 3 minutes super clear, there's no harm in me taking it because there's super high conviction that the break even will get hit, and then letting the trade run to the targets that I want to see get hit. Yeah, so this was trade last night. Ended up making like 250 after I doubled down off this internal setup through here. It's like a clean 30 second. Doubled down on it and trailed my stops to like this second setup, let it run to there, and then got break even. But because of the double down, I made more profit than I actually would have by leaving it to the full TP. Yeah, that's literally all I wanted to say. Is I come into these charts every night and I just try to put ego aside of everything. Like, if I have high conviction in a setup and no one else does, I'm still taking it because I trust my system and the back testing, and I just leave everything outside of it. Like, at the moment, I am probably living the slowest life that I ever have. Like, I'm not working at the moment. All I'm doing is trading. I'm like in between jobs, which is pretty fucking sick. I have a sick girl in my life right now. Like, I'm just seriously living the slowest life ever. I'm reading a lot, I'm writing a lot, and I'm studying the charts, and that is about it. And currently, it's honestly paying off. I'm trading better than I ever have before, and my ego and my sort of like self view of myself is probably the lowest it has ever been. Like, I think of myself as way down here, even when realistically I'm probably operating at a level up here. And I think that is the key for all of us to make that next sort of movement. And that's why I'm posting this video, is I felt inclined to come in here and say, talk about what learning is, aspiration, failure, and when you're moving through those stages, like say you're moving from aspiration to success, say you've had a calm down, like when you've moved from success to failure, the key to all of it is leaving your ego at ease. And like, how do I word this even better? When you say you're winning, say like PB trading, someone who we all look up to as someone who's way up here, where we want to be. For someone like that, if they go on a losing streak and they start to drop and drop and drop, they know that if they let ego take over, and if they start thinking, oh, I can't handle this loss, you know, I'm supposed to be this guy, it's going to cause their losses to be so much worse, and it's going to cause them to be on losing streaks. And this has happened to me before. Like, I've had an account, an XFA at like 1,500 before, eligible for a payout, and I'm like, nah, I want to get it to 2K before I take that payout. That's ego speaking. And it was like last night as well, when I'm taking this trade, I'm like, I think I was sitting in here, and there was a second trade that presented itself. Let me just move this real quick. There was a second trade that presented itself. This 5 minute long, and I think a few people took this actually. The 5 minute long right here. Now I remember I was sitting in here talking to I think Miko, and I said like, all right, should I move my stops? Because I was already at break even after I tapped into that 3 minute. I'm at break even and I'm leaving my position. I was like, do I move my stops back down because of the fact that the second trade has happened? Like, obviously it's more likely that we're going to retrace and move after we get that second setup, because it's just how the fucking market works. In my head, the reason that I didn't move stops and I just stuck to the original idea is that if I do that, and if that trade was to lose, I would be super pissed off, because I'm not operating on my level anymore. I'm operating on what other people are seeing in the charts. I've already taken my one setup. Like, if I take that, it's almost like I'm ignoring this first setup, and I'm pretty much just saying, hey, this is another setup that I want to take. And I didn't, and it ended up paying off in my favor because I didn't let that get the best of me. But it's little things like this at the moment that are keeping me at this progression phase of moving from learning to success. It's just those little psychological things that I feel like I'm doing a lot differently to everyone else. I'm definitely not a perfect trader by any means, but I feel like in this space of like people that are learning to trade, I take the psychology a lot more seriously, and I am definitely someone that looks more into the philosophy side of trading and learning more than the average person would be. I'd say that I operate more like a Justin Whirling compared to like a TJR who all he does is trade. You know, like I think about it very deeply. And yeah, hence why I'm making this video, because I think that this could be valuable for any of the dudes that I trade with. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I wanted to come on here and say, leave your ego aside. If you are switching between these phases, like learning and success, the common denominator of keeping on moving forward, no matter if you get a setback, it is leaving it to the charts. And everyone says this, but not a lot of people can actually do it. That's been the reason for my first payout. It's been the reason why I'm close to second payout right now, is I just come in every day, look at it, and just keep doing the same shit over and over again. I'm gonna post this. I don't even know if you guys will get any value from this shit, but thank you for tuning in. Any questions, hit my line. I'll be back on charts tonight to live trade. I think that was really all. Welcome back to the channel. 8 months since I posted. I'm looking probably a lot older. My hair's longer. Look how fucking tan I am. Literally the exact same build. I never hit gym no more. All I do is surf, trade, sleep, bang. It's about it. Good lifestyle. Anyways, peace out, boys. I will be back on the charts later tonight. I'll upload this so you can have a little look-see. And yeah, I'll see you guys at 11:30 p.m. Ciao.